Dateline, Sunday, October 19th, 11:15 a.m. 1 hour and 45 minutes before kickoff, and the wife and I are still contemplating whether or not to attend the fast-approaching Browns-Dolphins game downtown. Logically, it makes very little sense to do so. As I stared outside at the hard driving rain, I asked myself the natural question, why am I considering paying actual U.S. currency to sit in this atrocious weather to watch two of the league's worst teams try to out-lose each other? Spoiler alert, I did end up going, and I'm glad. Now allow me to share with you the logic that I employed to justify that decision. It was largely based on the unique opportunity presented by the opponent we were facing. See, I really wanted to see a win. And like the Browns, Miami is a very bad team. In fact, I'd contend that they're actually in a darker place than we are currently, because for all the Browns' many issues, the Dolphins are burdened by one thing that we certainly are not this season: mild expectations. The Browns have mostly stunk this year, and that's unfortunate for fans, but we can't pretend it's surprising. After all, when the reason that your football team enters the season with Joe Flacco as your starting QB is because Kenny Pickett became suddenly unavailable, it's a safe bet that you're not in for a deep playoff run. Especially if you ever allow yourself to wander outside of our local sports ecosystem to get some national perspective. Like here, for example, in this preseason ESPN article that accurately predicted the Browns would be bad, but mistakenly assumed that Miami would at least achieve mediocrity. So now here we are, 7 weeks in, and while the Browns have thus far managed to successfully produce the season that was anticipated of them, Miami has not, which has apparently led to a lot of turmoil and discord within the team itself, which was great for us. Recognizing that there's opportunity in chaos, I decided that this game would likely be my best chance at seeing a Browns win in person this year. And that's important to me. As Browns fans, we've become accustomed to watching our team lose to the extent of nearly being desensitized to it. And I don't consider that healthy. And that is why we ultimately decided to attend the game yesterday. Fortunately, there were still a few thousand last-minute tickets available online, and we were able to secure a pair of seats up in God's country for $24 total. So we braced ourselves for the elements and then proceeded to have a really nice time watching our bad football team beat up on an even worse one in the rain. Because sometimes it's just important for Browns fans to periodically remind themselves that watching football can indeed be fun under certain conditions and against the proper opponent. So what does yesterday's win mean for the Browns season moving forward? Anything? Nothing? I don't know. I just know that I was glad to have been there yesterday, and I certainly think I got my $12 worth. Go Browns.
Can we all just do this?
Yes.
Yeah, the picture. Well, the Mike McDaniel picture was like, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, the poor guy.
I got nothing.
What was that?
Yeah.
No, it felt good to be there winning with all the Browns fans and whatnot, because I'm looking around and some of these kids who have been going to these games for so long, and they've been watching at least we saw good stuff at one point.
Sure, we remember.
Yeah.
I went intentionally to that game because, again, I know that team so bad. I wanted to watch my team win a football game, even if it's largely meaningless in a meaningless season, and it felt good.
Yeah, for those 3 hours, everything is right.
Yeah.
Everything is right. And we looked dominant. Like, we didn't just barely win. It wasn't they missed a field goal at the end.
Yep.
We dominated this team from the second they walked onto our turf. Yeah. And that almost never happens. So I have to commend you for correctly forecasting the game of the year to go see.
Well, Miami did a lot of help, a lot of work there, too, so thank you to them as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Go Browns.
Absolutely.
Fun.
Thanks for the laugh, too.
No worries.
Always good.
Always.
Sure.